Okay, since OxygenOS 15 have released, we haven't compared OxygenOS 15 with that of the OG OxygenOS, which was 11. In this video, we'll be doing a detailed comparison, and you guys let us know in the comment section below which OG OxygenOS feature you want on OxygenOS 15, or you can say upcoming builds of OxygenOS. And also let me know in the comment section below, according to you guys, which is better, the OG OxygenOS 11 or OxygenOS 15, which is based on ColorOS. Now before moving ahead guys, if you find the content useful to you guys, then make sure to smash the like button and also consider subscribing to our channel. Now without wasting any more time, let's get started. So on the table also have kept OG device of OnePlus, which is OnePlus 7 Pro. And towards the right hand side we have OnePlus 13, and OnePlus 7 Pro was one of the best device, the flagship device produced by OnePlus. So if you take a look at the software information, here we have OnePlus 7 Pro, which is running the final build of OxygenOS 11, the OG OxygenOS, which was 11.0.9.1. And here towards the right hand side, we have OnePlus 13 running OxygenOS 15. See, one change we haven't noticed in OnePlus smartphones, and that's related to the boot animation. So from a long time, OnePlus have been continuing with the same boot animation. And I really want OnePlus to change the boot animation with OxygenOS 16. Because this boot animation is from a long time. If I'm not wrong, after Cyanogen, we are having this similar boot animation. On OG OxygenOS 11, we never had the charging animation, which is later on added with OxygenOS 15, and that's a nice implementation on OxygenOS 15. Now starting off with the lock screen, so here I did notice slight changes. You can see previously we had this OG clock widget on lock screen, which have been replaced with these newer ones, and I personally like the widget present on OG OxygenOS compared to OxygenOS 15. Also, if you see the transition while turning off the screen and turning on the screen, you can see we had a lot better transition, which was slow and smooth compared to OxygenOS 15. While turning off the screen on OG OxygenOS 11, there wasn't any kind of transition. The screen instantly gets turned off, which isn't the case on OxygenOS 15. But while waking up the device, you can see the transition is a lot better on OG OxygenOS 11. And if you open the option to enter the pin, I would say the new UI looks a lot better compared to previous one. The layout was slightly towards the top side, but now if you see, it's towards the bottom side, and it's very easy to use it with one hand. Also, we get this blur background, which wasn't the case on OG OxygenOS 11, and these circular pills were also missing. These circular pills only appears whenever you tap on the number. Other than that, we also get to see this text which says swipe up to use fingerprint unlock. And if you enter the wrong pin, it says incorrect password. Please try again. On OG OxygenOS 11, it used to say wrong pin. Also, if you talk about the AOD styles, I personally like the AOD style. This was the OG OxygenOS AOD style, which have been removed from OxygenOS 15. I'll talk about it while talking about customization features. Also, if you see towards the bottom side, the shortcuts now have the circular pill. And also, whenever you unlock the device, we have this pinch-in effect on OxygenOS 15, where on OG OxygenOS, we had that slide of the icons from the bottom side, and which gradually goes towards the top side. And now let's talk about another major UI redesign what they have done, and that's in the control center. So this is how the control center on OG OxygenOS used to look, and this is how it looks on OxygenOS 15. Even with the single swipe, the control center covers the entire screen, which includes the notification area. But here if you see on OxygenOS 11, the background is slightly dim, but yes, you can still see what's present on the home screen. And if you swipe down more, you can see how beautiful the clock used to look. And it also used to give us information of a ringing mode, which isn't the case here. One thing which I liked here, and that's the transition. So if you slide up the quick setting tiles or control center, you can see that nice transition present on OxygenOS 15. But here on OxygenOS 11, we have that basic transition for the clock, which gradually moves up, and the tiles transition is slightly on the faster side. And guys, let me know, do you guys like this type of brightness slider or the one which is present on OxygenOS 15? There are a few things which I like on OxygenOS 15, and that's the transition being added in the control center, or you can say quick setting tiles. On OxygenOS 15, if I tap on the tile, you can see there is no transition, which is present on OxygenOS 15. And also we do have the drop downs for, do not disturb and things like torch. On 15, we do have additional features like you can also adjust the intensity of torch. They have also redesigned the status bar on OxygenOS 15, and I personally did like the one present on OxygenOS 11. Also, OnePlus have added this new control center on OxygenOS 15, which is called Split One. And you guys let me know, do you guys use the Split One or the classic one on OxygenOS 15? On OxygenOS 11, we had the single option, which was this classic one. You can see the difference while you edit the quick setting tiles. A nice touch up have been given on OxygenOS 15. And now talking about the home screen, so whenever you long press on the home screen on OG OxygenOS, we used to see the slight transparent pages, but that's not the case on OxygenOS 15. And I did like the page layout which we used to see on OG OxygenOS. And towards the top side, we do have options like, to add widgets, I mean the OnePlus stock widgets and the done text. Towards the bottom side, if you see, previously we had only limited options like wallpapers, widgets and home settings. But now if you see, there are a lot of options added: wallpaper, icon, widget, layout, transition and more. Tapping on wallpapers, this was the layout of OG OxygenOS and I did like that. Now we have a traditional one. Yes, it gives us more option, but this used to look classic. Previously we had no option to select multiple applications at the same time, but now it's more convenient to delete multiple applications at the same time. You can directly add these applications in a folder, and we also had this gesture to slide up the applications at once. I mean the multiple applications. Now on the latest OxygenOS 15, you get to see a lot of blur effects, which wasn't the case previously. If you take example, long pressing on the home screen, you can see here we have the blur effect, I mean the blur background. And similar way, if you long press on any of the application, you can see the pop-up menu used to look so beautiful. The one present on OxygenOS 15 is not of my type. You had things like you remove, edit, you can directly select the widgets of that particular application, but that's not the case here. You only have options to add the app shortcut. And you can see we also had a text for shortcut category. Some people might use OnePlus smartphone for the first time and they don't get to know about the shortcut, which was clearly mentioned previously. So long pressing on it, you have the shortcut of that particular application. Same way you can do it here also, but the text is not present. I mean, the information is not present. I won't be talking about things like smart sidebar and AI features because they were not implemented with any of the smartphone. This is how the volume slider used to look. I think it's a lot better on OxygenOS 15. But when you expand that volume panel, here you can see OxygenOS 15 takes the entire screen, and I feel the one present on OxygenOS 11 was a lot better. And one thing which I really want to talk about, and that's the animation part. Trust me, even on OG OxygenOS 11, the animations were impressive. They were so fast and fluid, wherein that time we did not have this parallel processing, which is something new on OnePlus smartphones. Otherwise, the animations were so good on OxygenOS 11, which were really eye-pleasing. Now let's talk about the recents page. So this is how the recents page used to look before. There were not much of changes, but yes, the changes are coming very soon. We'll have the recents page similar to iOS now. And while sliding the recents page, one difference what you'll notice, the right and left recent page used to darken up, highlighting the main application, which isn't the case here on OxygenOS 15. Everything looks exactly same, and it used to look so good on OxygenOS 11. Now we do have these three dots to see the options. Previously we had to long press on that particular app to see the options like lock, app info, split screen. But talking about the split screen, on OxygenOS 15, whenever you tap on the split screen, you can see the recents page gets wiped out. But here if you tap on the split screen, you'll have the recents page towards the bottom side. If you want to choose any application from the recents page, that can be done. Or else if you want any other application which is not in the recents page, you can just go back and select it from the app drawer. With OxygenOS 15, we do have the support of this dynamic island type stuff, which wasn't present on OxygenOS 11. But one OG OxygenOS feature what they have brought back on OxygenOS 15, and that's the Easter egg in the calculator application. But you guys let me know which used to look better. We had such beautiful animation on OG OxygenOS. But how can we forget the OG OnePlus dialer and OnePlus messaging app, which was so beautiful. You could record the calls without announcement. There were so many things which we could do, but that has been replaced with the Google dialer on OnePlus smartphones. You can see the messaging app, it was so beautiful. And I hope they do bring OnePlus dialer and OnePlus messaging app. Now let me show you the screenshot preview on both the OS, and you guys let me know which looks better. So on OxygenOS 15, it goes towards the left hand side, and on OG OxygenOS, it goes towards the right hand side. Other than that, we have options like scroll, share, and the extended screenshot. Extended screenshot option was already there on OG OxygenOS also. Now on OxygenOS 15, we do get some additional features like extract content and other stuff. Now OnePlus have provided a lot of options, you can hide the floating preview, hide status bar and navigation while taking the screenshot. You can change the position to left or right, and while extracting content, the screenshot will be deleted. These things were missing on OG OxygenOS. And also we do get more editing options now with the newer version. Previously we had limited options, but now the options are a lot if you want to edit the screenshot. Another major change is what they have brought, and that's in the camera UI. I personally do like the camera UI present on OxygenOS 15 compared to OxygenOS 11. But there was one gesture which I really want them to add on OxygenOS 15. So that was like you can swipe up towards the top side to have more shooting modes. But on OxygenOS 15, we just have to go towards the right hand side to more tab, and then we have these options. So I hope this simple gesture OnePlus adds here also. the new camera UI seems to be a lot better. And I would say gallery was another masterpiece on OxygenOS 11. It's not bad here on OxygenOS 15, but I would say it was very clean on OxygenOS 11. We had similar options like photos, collection, and even the explore tab, but it used to lack features. Another OG OxygenOS feature was this scout feature, and trust me guys, it was one of the best feature what OnePlus had on OG OxygenOS, and it was a lot better than the global search feature present on OxygenOS 15. And if I show you one example, so if I tap here on the search bar, from here itself I can just do the calculation like 1 plus 1, you can see it says 2 and the calculator application is being used. Directly I can copy the answer from here and paste it wherever I want to, which is in the case here. If I tap 1 plus 1, you can see there are no results. And similar way, if I type T, you can see here on OxygenOS 15 it do gives us all the applications, but here on OG OxygenOS we do have options for the application, shortcuts, and towards the bottom side you can see we have the contact option, file manager, settings, and many more. Again, I would say OnePlus should add on OxygenOS 15 too. In the app drawer now we do get to see these alphabets where you can slide on them to move to a particular application. Here also we had this gesture, but I would say the gesture present here on OxygenOS 15 looks a lot better. Now let's move on to the settings. And one thing which I liked here on OxygenOS 11 was that the setting page was entirely designed to use with a single hand. You can see here I can easily access the RCC glove with my single hand. Here I might have to use the second hand, or you can say to tap the search bar I have to use the second hand. It doesn't even go down like how we get to see on OxygenOS 11. But the segregation what we see here seems to be better on OxygenOS 15 compared to OxygenOS 11. Now let's move on to the customization section. So here we had a dedicated section of customization. Now it's called as wallpapers and style. And trust me, here also OxygenOS 15 is a lot better. Previously we had limited customization options and things like canvas are already there. And this was the AOD style which I was talking about. So if I go to AOD styles here under the system, you can see the default one is missing, and I really want OnePlus to add this on upcoming OxygenOS 15 builds. Or you can say 16. It's something which every OnePlus fan wants it. In terms of customization, we do have many options on OxygenOS 15. Like previously we had limited fingerprint scanners, or you can say fingerprint animations. Now they have added more animations, but it will be great if they add energy and Cosmo also. And you can see how weird it looks whenever you enter the fingerprint animation section. It shows the entire black background. But here on OG OxygenOS, they have organized it so well that if I'm using the light theme, it appears in the light theme. If I use the dark theme, it will appear in the dark theme. And the edge lighting feature is completely useless now because it used to only support OnePlus stock dialer and it doesn't support Google dialer. I think OnePlus should remove this feature, which is now unwanted in OnePlus smartphone, until they bring back the OnePlus dialer itself. And also one change which I wanted to show you guys let me know which font used to look better. Like both of them do have the same font, which is Roboto and OnePlus Sans. But if you see a difference, I would say this one looks a lot better compared to the newer one. But still, you guys let me know in the comment section below, though it used to lack the options like font size and other stuff. During that time also we had options to customize the color palettes. Now we just have some additional options like wallpaper color and other stuff. Now with the newer OxygenOS builds, we do have options to customize the dark mode settings, which wasn't the case previously. But during that time also, if you see, we had pitch dark background, which is still not the case even if you are using the enhanced version. So come on OnePlus, you still need to go back and get few things copied from OG OxygenOS 11. And the last UI change which I noticed, and that's in the about section. Here also I have mixed feelings. I also like this about section and even the newer one because it do have some different colors. But still, you guys let me know in the comment section below, according to you guys, which OG OxygenOS feature you want on OnePlus smartphones with upcoming builds. And according to you guys, do you guys still think the OG OxygenOS 11 was better than the newer OxygenOS? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. So guys, this was the comparison between OG OxygenOS 11 with that of OxyColorOS. As of now, only this much in this video. This is your friend Ashok signing out. See you guys in the next video.